Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Look out, we are back. We had a week off, and now we're here again.
Yeah, boy, it's rutting season, bitches.
Oh my god.
Do your best, croak. It's pretty much just sucking the microphone off then.
Oh, mate, if only you could see the video of this, listeners. I've just set my dogs off.
I'm not even going to try and croak because my throat's struggling as it is.
Oh, yeah, man. No, that's fair. I reckon I can croak all right, but roaring, don't even...
Nah, you don't. It doesn't have to be perfect, man. If it's similar, you'll get it. And I actually have a story about this from the weekend.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
Well, before we get into that, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Josh.
Oh, I'm catching.
You are listening to Set It, mate. Josh, please resume the story.
Well, I went for a very sad and lonely solo mish on the weekend.
Wank or hunt?
Hunt.
Okay.
So
Could have been both.
essentially, every time I drive past, like it could be a park with some trees in it, I'll just like look at my missus and I'll be like, the deer are calling. Like, I gotta go.
That sounds quite predatory.
I just gotta go. Like, so I sort of a half-ass plan this because like my personal life's up and down at the moment with things. But I'm like, book time off. Like, yeah, okay, I'll go. I ended up leaving a day or the next day that I planned to leave, which is fine. Anyway, raced down to Vic on a little spot that we have all hunted a few times. It shall remain nameless because there are deer there.
But didn't we name it, but it wasn't actually exact?
No, don't make people go through and find this name.
Is
Anyway,
this the location we had to read? No, that was too far away. Keep going.
no. So this is like just across the border, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
So I went down, I pull in, and I pretty much got there at like 6:30 maybe, somewhere around there. So I had like an hour and a half before last light. I thought, and it was raining, which was odd because the weatherman lied to me, and it was actually looking pretty bad on the weather report, like hot, sort of only dropped to like 14 in the mornings, and I'm driving in and it's like pissing down. I'm like, okay, I didn't pack for this, but okay.
Yeah, no dramas.
So I pull into our little spot Well, it's actually about 25 metres from where we normally camp, and it's a better spot. We'll go there in the next few weeks. But all three of us will. Anyway,
No bees this time.
no bees.
Oh, good.
None. A little more cleared as well.
Excellent.
So pull in, and I sort of lost a bit of motivation for a second, mainly because my missus thinks I'm weird for going solo. She's like, aren't you scared of like something bad happening to you in the national park? I'm like, no. But then on top of that, I'm listening to like Joe Rogan on the way down and Sean Ryan, and they're just talking about like horror films and freaky stuff happening to people. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, so I pulled in, and I'm like sitting there just catching my thoughts, and it was raining. So I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm still in my shorts and tee. So I had to get changed. And I'm like, nah, let's do it. Stuff it after about 10 minutes. So got my gear on, went out for a walk. This one spot that we've been to a few times has completely changed. So the forestry guys have been through there and cut down a few trees and done a few things. So visibility is sick, actually. Even the visibility through the thick stuff is sick. I don't know why. Obviously the dry summer.
Yeah, my concern would be to change the movement of the deer.
The what, sorry?
The movement of the deer, like because it is open, they'll probably move differently compared to what they were.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's. But anyway, so I'll jump back before that, sorry, because I missed a key part in this story. I did drive down another track, which you didn't have access to in previous times that we've been there. I went down there, and straight away, like within 100 metres down the track, I find a skin of a deer that someone's butchered, and it was fresh. It was like, man, would have been that morning of or like sooner.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, that's a good and a bad sign. Take it for what you will. Cool. I go out of there. This dude suddenly just drives out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one here. Whatever. Anyway, get to camp, get out, get my gear on, go for a hunt. There wasn't much around that first night. These two dudes, and I know why, these two dudes were pretty much doing hot laps on all the roads, just thermaling it, right up until 10 o'clock at night. So I probably should have reported that to Dwelp, actually, because I heard shots.
Yeah.
As well, and obviously after dark, you're not allowed to hunt on.
So they're practically poaching.
Yeah, essentially. So I probably should report that. I might still do that. I don't have his license plate though. And anyway,
Well, you'd hate for them to have a crack at something hot, and it's either they don't care if it's rue or
That's a fair point.
deer, but then you're there in camp.
yeah,
Josh just doing a bit of yoga, downward dog in camp. Like, there's a four-legged animal.
yeah.
Just taking a squat behind the tree and just cop around in the back.
So that's valid point, because they did stop from where I was parked onto one of the main roads. It was only like 60 metres, and it was quite clear. But there's a little, like the ground raises up a little bit, so you wouldn't be able to see like the car or me from the road, but under thermal something would come through definitely. And they stopped like right out the front for a good 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is at like 9:30.
Fuck that.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just sitting there listening to my tunes, and I got my little, it's a Lucci backpacking lantern that's inflatable, so ultra light.
That thing,
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I love it. And anyway, I go to bed. I had half a bottle of wine. I ended up going to bed. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll set the alarm for no reception out there, so I couldn't get first light. So I'm like, all right, take a stab in the dark. I ended up waking up like an hour before first light, and I was out, like moving out into my location to hunt, like while it was still dark, actually. Anyway, I go behind camp, walk up through the thick stuff in this small little creek that looked promising. Nothing. Little bit of scat. I did find what may have been a bedding area for deer, because there was some deer scat there, but there was heaps of roos around as well. So I'm like, whatever. So I thought, you know what, I'll go back out to the open stuff, because it was getting late at this stage, and I'm like, I'll have to go home soon, essentially. So I go back to the open stuff, and I'm sitting out. I'm just glassing, taking my time. Next minute, I hear the faintest croak, and I thought to myself, "Did I fart, or is that a croak? What was that?" So I'm like, and he wasn't. He was just one single croak. I'm like, you know what? It's been like 10, 15. I'll just sit. I'll croak and see if I get a response. So I did, and I got a response. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. Anyway, like glass. And anyway, I ended up seeing a little spiky that come out, and he would have been a year old, man. Like, and I'm like, I was so caught up in the moment. It didn't, like, I knew this, but it didn't register with me that he's not croaking. He's too young. So I'm like, oh, that's him. I procrastinate about shooting him. It was pretty much a chip shop, 210. I'm like, I could pretty much get the car right up to it almost to get him out. Probably should have because I needed meat. But I'm like, when I'm procrastinating about this, and I heard another faint croak, and that's when it clicked. I'm like, wait a second, spikies don't croak. There's another fella in there. Ended up staying another 40 minutes trying to find him. Started heating up. Didn't find him. Beeline home. But I have set the reconnaissance for the next few weeks when we're down.
Nice.
Lovely.
Yes.
So I'm guessing we're starting off in that location.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, it's going to be a trek. But yeah,
I don't know if you know. I don't know if you're knowing what location we're talking here.
I have a feeling I know what location.
Don't
it
reckon
is.
you do.
Is it not Blackstone?
No.
Not Blackstone.
Fuck, that's what I thought it was.
It's east of South Australia.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate. Well, it does, it does single it out a lot. But
Yeah.
It's where Josh and I got bogged.
oh yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you weren't
Not
there,
sure.
but yeah, you know where that
I
is.
don't even know where you got bogged.
You've backpacked. We've backpacked through there before.
I don't know that Shannon has.
Yeah. You, me, Ryan, Shannon. Who else was with us? No, that was it.
I don't.
Oh,
We were at the back.
I
of
remember
it.
actually going on a hunt and you guys pointed up the road. You're like, that's the road we got bogged. So,
Yes.
yes, I've had a
Yes.
feeling when we did our little trip that we hopped around the Victoria for
Yeah.
a bit.
No,
We
that's
we went
spent
through
3
this.
days in there, and we were backpacked out the very back of that Crown Land. We were close. Where we backpacked was close to where I should have gone, because that's the spot where I've seen the most sign and seen the most deer actually. But it was just where Caleb and I had been to this particular camp spot. It was just it's
Yeah.
easy, isn't it? It's just super easy to get there.
yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, once we finish this recording, I have to refresh my memory.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
we will. So let's not give it away on the pod.
But yeah, I like it how that you just do a covert hunt and we didn't even know about it. Well, at least I didn't.
I had no idea
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
until Monday morning. He's like, "Yeah, I did a fucking little sneaky on the weekend."
I didn't really want to be like, I'm going to hunt this week, and then Monday, be like, no, I didn't go.
No, that's when you're like Friday or Thursday. Well, not that it cares for me because fucking I can't come. But if I was in SA, I'd be like, just give us a heads up a couple of days prior that you're committed to it, and one of us could jump on with you.
Yeah, I would have if you were here, but I knew Caleb had his girls, so I was like, well, Caleb ain't going.
Yeah, I haven't been home for 2 weeks straight, and then the
Yeah, true.
kids. I'm like, it's not really fair if I just.
I got a free pass from the missus, so I was like,
Yeah,
see ya.
Yeah,
He didn't put leave in from work. He put leave in from the missus.
Yeah.
That's where to get his
Yeah.
approval from.
But I'm,
yeah. How's it?
I'm telling you, when I rocked up to that state forest, when I got out of the car and got my gear on, that's it. My head was clear of every worry in the world, but then infatuated with deer.
yeah, we should reiterate to anyone out there, it is state forest. It's not national park.
Yeah, sorry, state forest. Yeah.
My asshole twitched a little bit when you said national park earlier. But
It's all the
that's
same, really.
Look, it's big parcels of land that there's not much else but trees and animals.
But
Otherwise,
you
no.
know, it's been a while between hunting when you're like, you get out there and you got no other worries.
Oh, it's so good, man.
Like none.
Yeah,
Yeah, even like when I'm out on the road, and I spend a lot of time driving through Victoria, you go past some of these spots you normally hunt in, and you're just like, oh, it's like a magnet. You just want to.
You could just disappear for a couple of days.
You just want to go hunt. But there's just something about being in those spots or just being out in nature in general that just clears the head straight away.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it actually. This trip, which ain't far away. It's creeping up real quick.
It is.
It is. I actually, perfect case scenario, I want to see is all get something. Meat, trophy, doesn't matter, whatever. But it's just something each.
Yeah,
I
well,
kind of don't want to stop till we do.
I'm driving down now, so I'll be able to bring meat back.
Yeah.
That's
Sick.
another advantage. So,
Oh, hopefully,
flying, 'cause
hopefully
you
you
just
can
can't
get
bring
something with a set of antlers on it, mate. That'll be good.
that'll be the plan.
I don't give a flying fuck. Like, I just want to get some meat. Essentially, that's my main objective. Fellow
Yeah.
spiker, just give me some meat. Unless there's a 30-inch sambo, in which case,
No, I'm kicking you in the dick and taking it.
move over.
Like, I feel like it just goes to the same rules as everything else. If you see it first, you call it. You can't just jump in and take someone else's deer. This is not how it works, Josh.
Look, I agree. If you see it, you know,
It is.
you can
It
make
is
a
not
call.
first person to take a shot because that just adds another realm of just fuckery.
I feel like we're going to be starbursting again. I don't think we're going to be holding each other's hand as we walk along and
No.
skipping through the
Fuck
trees.
no.
We're going to be starbursting. So it's every man for himself.
Yeah, maybe the first day.
Now listen to you two shoot deer.
And then once we've all put something down, then we can like come along as wingman.
Yeah, look, I'd like to at least do some, you know, with the three of us. And then, you know, say a day later or something like that, you just want to try a different spot by yourselves, you know, do it.
We're going to hit up multiple locations this time, though. It's going to
And
be
I think that's wise
a road trip.
because I reckon they're getting smashed right now.
And this road trip still, you know, bring the missus.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if everyone was on board for that.
Yeah, like this whole trip started with my missus wanting to go camping. So, yes.
Yeah.
She needs to at some point see some beach.
Can
That's
your
the criteria.
missus make sure that it's like breakfast cooked when we get back from morning hunt?
What, because your missus won't?
She won't be there.
Oh, okay, she's not coming.
Nah,
Why can't she just bring the kid, man? Just
She
strap her on the back
she bailed.
and just bring it along. So that was the question I was sort of getting at, was like, is everyone's coming? That was more the thing. So
Oh,
okay.
she's coming, but just not on the
Oh.
trip.
You mean that while you're away, she's going to be coming? Is that, you just said that? I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah, she'll probably be thankful that I'm gone for a bit. No, she won't. But I'm keen to get out and about.
Yeah, nice.
It's all right. Just save some emojis for the trip, mate, and you'll be all right.
Well, this kind of works in with my sort of, I guess, new thing. So
New thing.
yeah, due to this trip, it sort of got me thinking about this earlier than I really planned. But I decided to bite the bullet and get a rooftop tent
Ooh,
Oh.
for the ute. So
splashing out.
Wow.
this trip will actually be the maiden run for it.
Ooh.
So
I'm keen to see how long it's going to take you to hate it.
I got the Z Fold Ocam tent. The reason I got that was most rooftops are slanted or angled, like a triangle, really.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So this one is a Z Fold. So it folds up one side, then folds up the other, so it sits up square,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a good 1,500 high in total.
Sure, yeah.
So looking forward to it, actually. Yeah, I guess the biggest pet hate for rooftop tents is movement of the car where you're sleeping.
100%.
But I sleep pretty solid anyway, so not my problem. But yeah, I feel like it'll just open up. You know, you don't have to roll up a swag. You don't have to find a spot to get to roll out a swag. To be honest, you don't need to sort of prep that terrain. So it should be a good little purchase, I think.
Yeah, nice.
So that's my new thing at the moment.
Would you care for some company up there one night so we can get some hands-on experience?
Well, hopefully I'll have company during the whole trip. It won't be you two.
No, kick her out. will all come up.
You did mention about doing an activity together, so
Yeah, well,
what's it called? What's it called again? The Ocam Z Fold.
yeah, it's a Z rooftop tent. So it's OCAM.
Okay.
It's actually called the OCAM Night Sky Aluminium
I'm
Hard Shell
I'm
Z
looking
rooftop
at
tent.
I'm looking at it. Geez, not
So
cheap.
it was on special as well. But yeah,
That's cheap for a rooftopper, bro.
Looks like a dog kennel on top of your car.
It does. First bit of wind, those gas struts are breaking.
But
no, cool. No,
so
let's not knock it.
I did my Caleb, and I spent a while checking reviews of different rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of the better setups, just due to the fact of how everything is and how strong it is. It's lightweight. It's a hard shell, so therefore you can't damage it with a branch. A few other things as well. So like I can mount a solar panel on top of that. So other soft tops and stuff, you just can't do that. So,
Gotcha.
Can you put load on it?
Put some loads in it. There'll be some loads in it. I'll tell you.
I'm not sure how much like if.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Maximum tent-based load rating 300 kilo.
You know it's probably going to be wet.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like each of these windows on the tent have little either awnings.
Okay.
So, yeah, or you can zip it up on the inside as well. So it's not
interior lighting. It's got mattress.
It's got a bit of everything.
It's got a bit of everything, mate.
Mm.
Not bad. There's one review on the OCAM website. So I'm assuming you saw reviews other places than their own website.
Oh yeah, I went YouTube and I went just Google as well. So
didn't just rely on Liam on the 23rd of November, who's absolutely stoked with his purchase.
Yeah, that was just all I read.
Actually the owner.
Liam's there and his son. You got paid to say that. No, we won't hang a shit on it.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at it while we're out there. And yet.
So
see, that's funny. It's funny you mention that because my swag's shit itself, and I've been looking at a stretcher swag. And Caleb, I didn't realise the one that you bought, the Oz tent, was canvas. That was the only reason why I didn't like it. But it's ripstop
because it's
canvas.
canvas.
Yeah. I thought it was like a tent, like tent material.
Yeah.
No, well, if you compare that, the one I've got, to like a cheaper brand, there's ones that are like half the price, and they're like that shitty tent material.
Okay. Yours has it's fly. It's got no canvas roof though. It's fly all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got the fly that then goes on the top.
Yeah, the fly goes over it. But honestly, it doesn't take much time to put on. And that's what gives you all the fucking vestibules out the sides.
Rooftop would be nice, like over that. But
Like, yeah, you hear of people that have rooftops, they get sick of them after a while. And the natural progression is probably rooftop to caravan. And we're kind of thinking about going to caravan anyway. But then it's like, why? The amount of times actually you do go away at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to justify.
It doesn't justify it. So we go rooftop for a bit. And then, 12 months, 2 years down the track, we decide to update to a caravan or some sort of thing like that. Then we do that. But right now, it's what's going to work. So as long as it gets you out, as long as it's something that helps you get out and about, then who cares?
yeah, that's it. Somewhere to rest your head of a night and then get up and do what you need to do.
Yeah. So the only thing not the only thing, but to accompany that would be a nice 270-degree awning.
Yeah.
You can get an awning for it as well before the trip.
Which I probably won't, to be honest. But yeah.
Oh, one of us will have an awning.
Yeah.
I only got the 180, not the 270, but
You should upgrade.
I wouldn't mind it, 270.
270 would be good. And I'd especially want the 270 that has the there's 270s that have the zip sort of flap that you can use to chuck your ladder through. So you can still get up from the back of the vehicle. That'd be the way I'd want to go. But then again, if you got the ladder through there, could you really zip that up? You couldn't zip it up if it starts raining. But
The
then-
ladder doesn't go all the way.
Why doesn't it?
Well, it only needs to go to cab height. So the ladder's extendable, so you just set the ladder low. Lower than the awning.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's something that you'd want to do, though. Zip up that. Because
The ladder's just a single ladder. It's not a fucking A-frame ladder.
no, it's a extendable ladder that they get for the.
I understand what ladder it is, but it attaches to the rooftop, man.
What did it need to? Why don't you just attach it to like rest it on the back?
Because it's going to rest on the back. No,
Yeah.
you can do that if you want. Like, but
Yes.
no, just no.
No, yeah, do that. Do what Josh suggests. Then we can just nick your fucking ladder in the night.
Well, we're going to nick it anyway.
No,
So-
no.
Oh,
Your ladder is gone. You like, get down, bitch.
look, I'll just
No, not going to do that.
put it.
Because I'll just scratch the fuck out of your car, to be honest, for one.
Yeah, it's a car. It's going to get scratched.
Dude,
It's a tool.
No.
It's a tool.
look, when you get your whatever vehicle you're going to get, or you're going to keep your D-Max, whatever you want, you do that. If you do that.
Yeah, well, I'd probably jerry rig a bracket though that sits underneath the awning because the ladders are telescopical, so you just put it.
But when I was
Telescopic.
what telescopic?
I like telescopical,
Yeah,
actually.
When I was talking about it anyway, like even if the ladder is through the awning, you're not going to be congregating around the ladder, so it wouldn't matter.
I reckon you should set up a slippery dip, mate. So when you get up in the morning, you just slippery dip out of bed.
Yes, just get one of those metal slides that everyone's fucking.
You look forward to getting up and going out for a hunt every morning if you slippery dipped out of bed.
Yeah.
100%.
That'd be cool.
It's like a cubby house then. Climb up your ladder and then slide out.
So you need one of those, blow up things that planes have, the blow up slides.
That'd be cool. So you can get a full run up and just be like, yeet.
Fuck yeah.
Well, you can't get a full run up in a fucking rooftop tent.
You know what I mean. Put some
Well,
effort
you
into
might be
it.
able to because you're a short ass, but
Put some effort into it. Out of all
Yeah,
this,
so-
all I'm seeing is your boots on the ground getting rained on because you forgot to put them up.
no, see, that's another thing that the OChem has bags that actually you can put your boots in.
I did read that in the 5 seconds I was on their website
Oh.
that there are 2
So-
shoe bags.
Fuck you. There's a few things in this that I like. But yeah.
Ooh.
How fun is it
And
knowing you
the way
want
Josh does is like he copies me when I buy stuff. He'll look at it and then like 2 weeks later he's got the same thing. So
What are you talking the D-Max?
the D-Max, and then when I bought my NX8, you bought that as well.
I had an NX8 before you.
That's true.
But no, when I bought the NX8,
Well, I had a gun with no
you're
scope
like,
on it.
You're
so
like,
it was
all right, I'll buy it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's just been a few things I've noticed. I don't care. It's all right. You have good taste.
All right. When you
But I
buy
just
when you buy a loaf of bread, I'm gonna be like, you bought the same thing as me. Oh dear.
Just make me own. That was something I did when the cyclone went out. The cyclone would come through. Power was out for like 18 hours. No, 18 hours. Day and a half. Fucking, I can't work out. 36 hours. Power's gone, but we've got the little, I'm not sure if you remember, Caleb, but we've got the little wood heater that has an oven in it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll just make my own bread. And cooked bread in the oven, and it was come out perfect.
Sick. Bread
So,
and water for a
yeah.
day and a half.
Exactly.
Move
Wait,
to,
homemade
move to
bread, you
Queensland,
can-
everyone.
Literally, homemade bread. You can live off that shit.
Oh yeah,
Like it was amazing.
Josh did for about
yeah.
15 years.
Bread and butter. Actually, I'm finding myself following my father's footsteps, and after every meal, having bread with butter on it. I'm like, "What are you doing, you fat piece of shit?
Wow.
Put the bread down."
Like bread and butter is good for you clean up your plate. Always like doing that. Like if you have like a stew or just anything, you
Yeah,
just clean up your plate with the bread and butter.
yeah,
That was always satisfying.
yeah.
How funny was
But-
it when bread makers were a thing in the 90s and everyone's mum got a bread maker?
Yeah.
It was not cost
Yeah.
efficient.
No.
And they didn't do like I felt like doing it by hand was better than a bread maker anyway.
And it just popped out like this gluten-free loaf size fucking rock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think I had many like awesome homemade bread out of a bread maker.
This is the baffling part: is everyone has ovens. Just use a cake dish and bake bread in your oven. The only good thing was you could set it so it would start like cooking. I don't know, say at like 3 a.m, and then when you get up at 6 or 7 or whatever, it'd be like still hot.
Oh,
Fresh,
the smell of
just
freshly
done.
baked bread is good.
Yeah.
It's very
So-
nice.
It's sexual, actually.
So is there anything new with you, Caleb? Like, what have you been up to?
Not really. I've made my purchases. I've been busy, man. Just busy working, really. That's
Yeah.
most of my. I've literally been away from home for 2 weeks. Work
Yeah.
2 weekends straight. So work 3 weeks straight, basically. So not much new, but out and about again. Some good stuff. Went to.
Yeah, I think that was what done me in, to be honest. Like, we haven't actually said it, but I'm sick at the moment. But yeah, I think I had 1 day less than you. And I think that's what fucked me over.
Yeah, well, last Sunday, I had a day where I was just like, I was aching. My whole body ached. I was sore all over. I was stiff. I was like, I just felt like death. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm not like snotty or sore throat or anything. I just couldn't move.
Yeah, just joints were playing up.
I felt like an 80-year-old. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Tried everything, like tried stretching, had like an Epsom salt bath. I was just fucked. And then the next day I was fine. So,
Well, lucky for you, because I've been fucked for like a week now.
yeah, man, it was terrible. But yeah, you shouldn't work too much.
I think you're just getting old, bro.
It's all right. That's one of my busy spells for the year. I've got another one coming up in June, which is a similar aspect,
Yeah.
where it's 2.5 weeks straight, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to do it. And then
Look, I don't
slower, yeah.
really want to make
Take
a
it
habit
easy.
of it, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes and got it done.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I look forward to some time off over Easter. Looking forward to the old 3 days off for like 11 days, 3 days annual leave for 11 days off or some shit. We've got Easter,
Yeah, that'd be good.
Easter into Anzac Day.
One thing I do want to get into though is I was fortunate enough to go to an event, the T1 Games in Brisbane
Oh, yeah.
the other week. What I like about that actually is, one, for us, we're all shooters here, so it's a good blend of shooting / fitness.
Which one he hasn't done for a long time.
I have not done that in a while. So, but it was, I guess, inspiring to watch. But I feel like it'd be good for the shooting community and just growing the sport in the long run if they don't have any issues with laws. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. And if anyone hasn't looked it up, check it out. The Tier 1 Games or Tier 1 Games Official on Instagram. Yeah, so they're just moving from a invitational to an open to public.
Yeah. So that was the thing you went
So-
to, was an invitational. And
Correct, yeah.
essentially, there's a bunch of people that like fitness influencers that were in attendance
yeah.
who don't necessarily shoot, but they learnt to shoot. And
Yeah,
they-
100%. There was no one that had shooting experience from the competitors.
which is cool.
Which was
So
good.
it's exposure to a whole new market. And all these fitness influencers have a lot of followers and reach with their
Mhm.
like Instagram followers and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty cool to see from afar for me about how much exposure it was getting
Yeah.
to potential new shooters. Looked pretty cool. So it was like CrossFit /
Yeah, pretty much. So
running
these guys
handgun
that-
drills sort of thing.
Yeah, so these guys that ran it, they own the mill. So that's a gym. It's like a military-inspired workout gym that's in Perth and Brisbane. But yeah, so it's definitely, I'm guessing if you've served before, you'll see the innuendos and the similarities of it. But to someone that hasn't served yet, CrossFit's kind of your closest sort of
Yeah.
stem from that. And they're hoping that, CrossFit started from a backyard gig and it's grown to where it is now, where it's multinational
Yeah.
and one of the biggest sort of competitive sports
I-
in the fitness world.
I think
So hopefully it does grow It has potential.
It
Anyway.
has way more potential, I think, than other traditional shooting competitions, which are really not spectator sports. Like, if you're participating, awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're standing on the sideline watching other people shoot, it's a pretty hard watch. Like, it's okay for a bit, but then it's like rinse, repeat. You're just watching guys send lead down range. And unless you've got big screens set up on the range where there's some feedback other than just a tink in the distance of someone hitting steel, it's something that's trying to, it's developing. It's still in its infancy, even though it's not really, but it's still got a lot of potential for growth. So things like the PRS or the APS, so the Precision Rifle Series, the Australian Point Series, the F-Class, all that sort of stuff. There is a lot of potential, but it is a hard watch. It's having spectated and been president of a few of these now. Like, unless you're participating, there's only like a handful of people that'll come and just watch.
It'd be cool if you could work like a tier 1 style games aspect to the APRS or the PRS style shooting.
Yeah.
Because the tier 1 was purely handguns at that time, so they're going to try and get into firearm rifles as well as a 2-gun comp. But if it could be like the PRS style shooting as well, that would sort of spark that game up a little bit.
That'd be cool.
They do in the States PRS. That's like, say it's over a plot of land and you've got a hump with all your gear between stands. I guess that's probably the closest in the PRS sort of tier 1 style.
Tactical games, I think it's called.
I think it's that. The name escapes me.
Yeah. But yeah, if we can get more into that style, and I think once we do get an event sort of take off, there's going to be offshoots of people doing something similar or something slightly different that is better or worse. Or I feel like it'll just work out for the better in the long run, as long as everything's done safe and everything's done to what the laws will accept. Then I feel like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I might give the tier 1 a go next round, June, July, whenever it is. Maybe.
July, actually. So next
I
one
just
July.
opened their register last Friday. So I've spoken about it, and I was like, yeah. So apparently, like, the way you get into your categories, all it is to say it's partners for July or whatever, and all it is you've got to do between you in 20 minutes 2K row and 130 kilo overhead shoulder presses. And I'm like, it's a piece of piss.
Sorry, the next one's in 14th of June. But so they've changed it up a little bit, have they? I haven't looked at what the exercise.
Apparently, that's the way they will set you in your like A grade, B grade, etc.
Oh,
Okay.
as in how they
And you
categorise
use
people.
their gun, not you don't.
Yeah, it's all going to be in-house guns, so
Yeah.
there's not going to be an advantage of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be used to platforms.
I like that.
And it was all Ironside as well, which was kind of good to see. So I feel like to a beginner, Ironsights is probably quicker to pick up.
Again, well, that's another way of sort of standardising it to everyone, really.
Yeah,
There's no optic advantage. Yeah,
I just don't know the cost. I can't remember the cost to register actually. PRS last year was like $400 or something. It was cooked.
$400 for 12 months.
And then never went.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you even shoot it?
Ouch. Yeah,
You didn't, did
I
you?
saw your name pop up on the rankings and then big fat zero next to the score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
time,
you
man.
perform,
It's
huh?
time, and like interstate, on average, it's like $2,000. Like your ammo.
That's a problem
everything.
with
I'm like,
PRS.
nah.
You need to travel. You
Yeah,
need to
the
travel.
blokes who win in PRS are the ones who can attend every event. Like, you don't necessarily have to be the best shooter.
Yeah.
You just attend everything and hope someone else doesn't.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not saying that like any of us here match any level of some of those pro shots.
Oh, mate, look.
Far out. Some of them are insane.
The,
Like, speak for yourself, mate, but
The guy who won the last one I was at, Michael Blackwell, he
Yeah.
was a gun. Like I watched him shoot quite a few stages, and he was amazing, man.
Yeah, jet.
Like an absolute jet. And he won by, like, he just needed to get one target in the last round. He'd already pretty much won. A round to go. Like a whole stage to go. So, and he cleaned that last stage anyway. So,
Yeah, there's some guys there that just, I don't know. It's a different world and they excel in it.
it's cool to see. I enjoy probably watching that more than others where people are just shooting prone, because it's a bit more real world, like we would do in hunting, where you got to have some uncomfortable positions and quickly, pan across a range and
That's how it started, wasn't it?
target acquisition half the time is half the battle, because there's a lot of people who are new to it and they're shooting the wrong target.
Yeah.
So like when you have to pan like 90 degrees across a whole range and then find these quite small steel targets, and they're in a fucking gate with a number next to it. But
Yeah, but that makes it more convoluted if you've got like lanes that they're in, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, and you're in a
Every lane
comfortable
in
position. But it's when you're zoomed in too far and then you pan all the way across, it's very hard. So the smart people will zoom out, then zoom back in again.
That's how PRS started, I'm pretty sure, was someone wanted to basically get like practical hunting application, but in a sport like event. But then they just went full tism on the rifle builds, and suddenly, you got like a 20-kilo rifle, which you ain't hunting with.
Yeah.
And now they've got
Yeah.
hunting like a division for hunting. But I'm pretty sure that was the theory of how PRS started.
And that's it. I'm guessing that's, F class probably started in a different way. It's probably more of I see that as more of a military way to maintain a sniping skill in the civilian world. But yeah.
That's definitely
It's
not how
still
that's
gone.
definitely not how they're going to market that.
No, it's still not. But like, I feel like that's the only way it would have started, was just because it's a way to maintain that skill, but in a competition based.
Mm.
But the platforms these days and the way they shoot is not in any way close to the way they'll be able to shoot in the real world.
You're not going to have a
Right.
sled set up.
My dasher is not tricked out compared to others, and even that. So it's a PRS gun, but it doesn't have weights or anything in, and even that, I'm like, you guys put more weights in this thing. Like, this thing's hard enough to like finagle anyway.
Yeah, but like when you think about it, though, the PRS, what are they shooting out to 400?
Some of them
From
are
memory?
500 odd.
Like-
Always 5.
Us personally, like you could engage a target relatively quickly with a hunting rifle. It's just the confidence to do so.
Mm.
I feel like that the weighted rifle, yes, it'll give you advantage, but it's probably not.
Yeah, it's consecutive
The step
shooting
up,
as well,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You're putting 2 targets and you're do 2 shots per target on a time serial.
Yeah.
Suddenly recoil
But it's all
mitigation
about confidence with your platform. Like it's nothing like the weighted rifles give you more confidence and the probably
speed, because it's timed as well.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
It's-
you can still do that with any rifle.
I actually took a shot at 6 seated with the dasher the other day, unsupported seated, and hit. And it was in front of everybody. I was just doing my own thing. I got suddenly an audience. I feel the pressure. I'm like, there's no way I'm pulling this off. Shot, ding. I'm like, don't ask me to do that again.
Take up on done.
I'm out, dudes. I'm out because that ain't happening again. Oh, man, I miss shooting. Oh, you still need to
Yeah.
get yourself a dasher, by the way. Grow the man buns and be proud of it because, oh, my goodness. Wait till you shoot it. You're going to be like, this thing is sex. Sex forged from steel.
Mate, at this rate, I'm just happy to go hunting. All right, so just calm down.
Yeah, just it'd be nice to just pull the trigger.
Well, you got some work to do. You got a 0 to do. Get yourself familiar with, what's its name? LaQuisha?
I got a re-zero. He can zero on his own property. He's at advantage to me.
Hmm.
So he's probably squared away.
I need to probably get some more rounds. Just chuck some rounds through.
Get familiar with it. That ticker.
Get familiar for the, spend a week hunting and shoot one round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you rather hit that target with that one round or miss?
Ooh.
I don't miss, Josh. I just don't see targets. That's my problem.
Interesting.
This could make for a wonderful episode.
It could. There's a really good segue with what you just said then to what I want to talk about in
Let's do it.
a next little segment. So shall we roll with that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it's
go.
time for this. It's shoot from the hip time. I shortened it.
Well, that's a bit quicker than last
I
one,
shortened it. It was way too long.
Yeah.
No, you just turned it off.
Shut up, Josh. You've just broken through the third wall, the fourth wall, or whatever it's fucking called. No one needs to see that or know that. Yes, I did just mute the rest of it. But it's quite pertinent that you said, would you rather? Because for my shoot the hip, I want to do a bit of would you rather with you two. Now,
Okay.
what sparked this for me was I was in Melbourne last week, and I thought, well, I'm over there, I'll go to a footy game. So I jumped on the train.
Oh, hey, what's the Bombers vlog, Paul?
Fuck off. Yes. So I went to a footy game. So I jumped on the train because I'm like, this is going to be easier than paying $40 for parking and all that sort of piss. On the train home, I ended up sitting amongst 5 teenage boys who were probably 14, 15. And they thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world to loudly play a game of Would You Rather. Like, they couldn't have been any louder. Like, they had an audience of the whole train was just watching them. And they thought it was amazing. But they were doing the most stupid things like, would you rather eat your dad's dick or lick your mum's asshole? Just stupid scenarios, right? So I thought, now this is a funny game. They even offered me a go. I'm like, nah, boys, you're all good. So I thought I'd play a game of Would You Rather with you two. So I've got 10 here, just little quick ones.
Is this something you're going to input in as well?
No, I think it's you two can just go. So I've just got 10 cooked, disgusting, ridiculous hunting sort of related Would You Rathers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, full disclosure, this is ChatGPT, so if I can settle down. Right, first one. Would you rather take the perfect shot every time, but your rifle stock is permanently made of sun-baked, crusty cow dung, or miss half your shots but have a gun that smells like fresh bacon?
Oh, is that why you're missing half your shots? Because you're hungry all the time? Well,
So
repeat it again.
So would you rather have a perfect shot every time, but your rifle stock is made of sun-baked, crusty cow dung? Or would you rather miss half your shots, but your gun smells like bacon?
Dude, when you go hunting, half the time you kind of smell like crusty dung. So I'm just going to go with the hit every shot.
100% precision, but smell like shit, Josh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yep, no, fair enough. All right, number 2. Would you rather have to bite the testicles off every feral pig you shoot, or carry a fresh sun-ripened kangaroo roadkill carcass in your pack as a snack?
Oh, so you're eating...
Well, don't shoot too many pigs, so yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just won't hunt pig. That's fine. Yeah, I'll do that too.
Well, that's your option. You have to bite the testicles off every feral pig you shoot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or-
I won't hunt pig, but I'll say that.
Okay, cool. You won't have
Because
pig.
there's a loophole.
There's a
there.
loophole in that one. All right, ChatGPT, you let me down. Would you rather?
No, the vetting let you down.
Yeah, no, that's more to the point. Yes. Would you rather every time you gut a deer, it loudly sings "Waltzing Matilda" in a creepy child's voice?
Wait, the deer does.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Oh.
every time you reload, a wet, ghostly hand caresses your face.
A wet hand. Mm.
So every time you gut a deer, it loudly sings "Waltzing Matilda" in a creepy child's voice, or every time you reload, a wet, ghostly hand caresses your face.
I'm not sure which I want the most. I'm not sure if I'm choosing one I want to happen to me or because it's kind of funny.
Would you rather? Which one?
Mm.
you want a singing deer every time you gut
I'm
it?
going to say the deer because each time you hit the range and you reload, you get
Oh.
the same thing.
Yeah. Sure.
So, or you're dry firing at home, you reload, you're just getting that wipe your face. I like it though because I kind of I'm half wanting the outcome. It's not that bad.
Mm.
I reckon you could make a bit of coin of a dead animal singing Welsh singer Tilda. So
You'd go the waltzing Matilda.
yeah,
All right. Number 4. Would you rather have a rifle scope that works perfectly but constantly smells like a warm, wet dingo fart, or a bowstring that makes a loud, juicy burp sound when drawn?
I've got a knife for
I'm
it,
gonna
so
go-
it smells amazing and shoots perfectly every time.
I'm going to have to go the actual rifle scope to match my rifle.
Yeah, agree.
A dingo
Yeah.
fart and cow dung setup. I like it.
Exactly. It's just, yeah.
Nice. Would you rather track a wounded deer by licking the dirt to taste where it went, or attract wild pigs by whispering sweet nothings into the bush in your sexiest voice?
Well, I'm going to tracking the deer because I don't want to hunt pig anymore.
Yeah,
So I can't do the pig one because I don't want to attract the pigs.
Fair enough. So you
Yeah.
got to lick the dirt to taste where the deer
I'll
went.
lick, you don't do that? Fuck, that's what I've been doing wrong.
I actually wouldn't mind, like, if I'm going to have him put in one of them. I actually
You
wouldn't.
want it
I wouldn't
because of
mind.
my last answer. I can't do that.
I wouldn't mind just going, oh yeah, into the bush, and pigs come out.
No, I agree. But my last answer about chewing pig testicle each time I shoot one.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, you're stuffed.
Mm,
Josh, did you licking dirt or what?
he's just agreeing for everything.
Licking
As I
dirt
said
or you
earlier
whispering
in the
sexy
podcast,
I reckon I'll lick dirt.
Lick dirt? Yeah.
yeah, as I said earlier in the podcast, he just copies. You just keep an eye on this.
Right. Number 6. Would you rather your hunting knife handle be wrapped in freshly shed, still wet snakeskin, or your tree stand be permanently infested with 100 giant huntsmans?
Say the first bit.
Would you rather your hunting knife handle be wrapped in freshly shed, still wet snakeskin, or your tree stand be permanently infested with 100?
Snakeskin.
Hunting knife, I fucking oath.
Yeah.
Like you've got.
Yeah,
That's an easy one.
I ain't sitting in a tree
Everyone-
stand with 100 huntsmen.
Right, everyone freaks out when there's a huntsman on the gate and you go to open a gate before you go in to shoot. Everyone is like, they go to put their hand on it and suddenly they see the huntsman and everyone's like, "Whoa!"
But
I'll
you're
do the
freaked
same.
out because you don't see the huntsman and it's right there.
Yeah, but
But if you saw the huntsman, you'd be fine.
I just wouldn't get in the tree if I seen 100 huntsmen.
Oh yeah, fuck that. It could be. Is it one huntsman with all the babies, and that's 100 huntsmen,
Oh,
or is it 100 adult-sized huntsmen? Like what's
Either way,
clarification
man.
there?
Either way, I don't mind a bit of snake skin. So
Yes, and it's snake skin. It's not the snake.
yeah, gets slippery though once it gets a bit of blood on it. Alrighty, number 7. I like this one. Would you rather get a free lifetime hunting license, but you have to hunt wearing a bright pink tutu covered in jingle bells, or get exclusive access to the best hunting land, but every time you shoot, your gun plays the Bunnings theme song?
oh, the Bunnings theme song.
Oh, answer B. Yeah, 100%
Yeah.
theme song. It's gonna smell like shit, and it's gonna do the Bunnings theme song.
I can hear the
I'm liking this setup.
I can hear the what is it called?
Jingle.
No, the electrical keyboard, but I can't remember the slogan.
Bunnings warehouse.
That's it.
So you should have really thought about this, Caleb, and
I should have
chucked
played
the
it.
sound on the board.
Oh,
You can edit.
come on.
It's fine.
mate.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll chuck it out there. In fact, I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. 52 minutes in, I'll fucking put a little Bunnings in for you. All right, number 8. I've got 3 to go. Would you rather be permanently followed by a drooling one-eyed feral pig that won't stop humping your leg, or have a maggot-infested feral goat as your emotional support animal?
Maggot infested feral goat.
You want a maggot infested feral goat as your most?
No. I'm just repeating what you said, just to confirm that.
So you've got a drooling feral pig that humps your leg all the time, or you've got a maggot infested feral goat as your emotional support animal.
I'm gonna have to go the pig because I don't hunt him anymore, so he's my buddy.
Yeah, just gets his corkscrew out and humps your leg.
I'll go the goat.
Well, there's nothing to say you can't fucking shoot it. Get rid of it.
Ooh, I forgot about that. Fuck! Oh, I literally can't shoot it.
You can't, otherwise you're biting testicle.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
All right. Would you rather have your rifle stolen by a pack of aggressive screaming possums, or have every animal you shoot suddenly regenerate and start chasing you?
Can't say that again.
Would you rather have your rifle stolen by a pack of aggressive screaming possums, or have every animal you shoot suddenly regenerate and start chasing you?
Oh, Jesus. So the possum. It has to be the possum. But have you heard a possum scream? They do sound aggressive anyway.
Oh, it sounds gnarly, man. This is a pack of them too. A pack of them.
Mm.
You got to get your rifle.
What is a pack of possums called?
They don't even hang out in groups ever. They're pretty much solo missions, aren't they? Generally.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they've got to procreate, obviously, but I don't reckon they hang out in multiples.
A group of possums is called a passel.
A what?
A passel. Passel. Passel.
Passel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Passel of possums.
Yeah.
And a male possum is called Jack, and a female is called Jill.
I learnt something new today.
Jill wants
two
to
things.
jack off. Jack. Yeah.
All right, last one. Would you rather sit in a duck blind covered in cane toads that scream every time you move, or in a tree stand that randomly drops wet clumps of echidna quills into your lap?
The frogs.
Why are they wet?
I don't know.
Um,
I didn't vet any of these.
yeah, I know. I realise. I'm going to go with the kidney quills because if you sit still, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but when do you duck hunt?
Exactly.
I feel like it's just random clumps of echidna quills would be quite interesting. You could do something with them later. I don't know. Fuck the cane toads.
Yeah, cane toads are just like, yeah.
Have you come across them up there, or are you not far north enough?
Yeah, no, they're here.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. If you go down the dam at night, they're all through there.
You needed some toad loads, mate. The old 22 toad load.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about like just doing.
You got an air off. Fucking use that.
Yeah, using the air rifle, just popping toads. I haven't got around to doing it.
The 22 toad load in Darwin was sick. You'd make an
The problem is you don't want to shoot the toad and it falls and dies in the water. Like it stays dead in the water because it just makes the water
Just go
toxic.
get a net. Pull it out.
Well, yeah, I could do that.
I mean,
That involves work.
it was a lot of fun.
Exactly.
It always progressed to either a stick or something like that. You ended up just playing golf with them. And the other thing that I found fascinating is you can run over toads
Oh, yeah.
and they can live.
What?
Yeah.
How so?
Yeah. So, like many times on the way, like to base in Darwin, you'd hit them on the road in the wet season. And it's the most weirdest thing, but they just like you'd swear you'd get a solid run on them, and you'd hear the pop and all the rest of it, and you think they're dead, and then they'd just be hopping off. It's super weird. I don't know if you hit them or not, but like,
Is that just you
feel
missing
like
them?
you would?
Yeah, I think you're missing them.
I don't know. It stemmed into a wives' tale that you could run them over and they could spew their like guts out and then suck them back in and walk off.
I was just going to ask.
But I don't know how. I can't see that being true. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot of pressure on everything that
Yeah.
you feel like.
yeah.
I
still
feel
wouldn't
like
help.
the speed of a car, it wouldn't be able to do it quick enough.
But I mean, it stemmed like if you missed, but you felt like you hit one, and then you'd pull over and like you got this wives' tale, and you'd look and you'd see this toad hopping off, you'd start believing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's probably just clean missed it.
Yeah. Oh, more than
Or
likely.
you've run over the back end of it and it's still got the front legs that's going.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun, actually. I used to love shooting toads in Darwin.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it more here. I was thinking about getting like a 20 gauge or something like that. Just to sort of, I feel like that'll be just a good load for
I feel like there's a lot of things.
12 gauge.
it. Yeah, I could 12 gauge buckshot, just slug it.
Good luck finding 20 gauge ammo.
What I do like up here though, you get the cane toads, but you also get the green tree frog, and we got a couple around here, and I like them. They're cool.
They are. Such
So-
a David Attenborough.
Hang on, you like to shoot them?
No, don't shoot.
Of course not.
I encourage it.
You just like
To-
going to view
yeah.
them like
Mm.
the zoo.
Do the whole Steve Irwin and just like crikey. But
Actually,
yeah, so-
that's something that I wouldn't mind tasting.
Steve
Is
Irwin.
frog legs.
Steve
Yeah. No, Steve Irwin's dead, mate. No chance of that happening.
Did he get cremated? You can dig him up.
Well, you could. but-
Oh, it's a very no. Let's stop it. Stop it. Move on. No, it's Steve Irwin. That's not no.
Oh, you are big fan, huh?
Well,
You don't
of
know us
Steve.
to denigrate his memory.
Exactly.
Look,
Anyway, frog legs.
no offense, and I've never met his kids. They seem a bit flowery from Steve. Oh, I don't know, but I don't know.
I think
I don't know. I feel like they his name's eluding me right now. What's Steve's son's name? Fuck.
Robert.
Bindi?
Robert, that's it.
It was Bob when he was a kid. Now it's Robert.
Yeah, Robert is actually he's from what I've seen is pretty close to how Steve was. A little different, but
Little
the
bit.
enthusiasm and the excitement's there.
I reckon he's queering.
I haven't seen much of Bindi, to be honest.
Queering.
He's queering for sure.
Yeah, look,
You reckon?
watching him do that host thing, well, the adverts, because I'd never watched the show.
Oh, they
And
get
he's
me out
all
of here.
maked up, and you're just like,
That's
he
but
wants
that's
to
just showbiz, man. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, that's,
I got a vibe.
You don't need to be that way, though. If you're Steve Irwin's son,
Yeah.
you'd be out
Like-
there wrangling turtles or pissing on your hand after getting stung by a jellyfish or something.
You can be exuberant and ADD without being
Flamboyant.
flamboyant and a little bit feminine.
I don't know. He wrestles
Yeah.
Croc, so he's not completely.
That's pretty manly.
Completely
Does he
Yeah.
though? I haven't seen Robert on a croc.
He would, 100%.
Yeah,
He's
he
probably
would.
been on a croc before
Well,
he
fucking
was 5.
fact check it. Bloody keyboard. Your fucking keyboard's loud enough. Everyone at home can hear it. So
Well, I was going to mute, but you keep like breaking as if I was going to talk, so I keep unmuting it.
mechanical keyboards can get fucked.
Mechanical keyboards, once you get used to it, are the shit.
No, you're just loud. You're obnoxious and you're annoying. And you're lucky you're at your own home because in an office environment, it makes you want to fucking break the thing over someone's head.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't use it if people were working around me.
Well, we know someone
But
that
no one's
did.
working around me, are
We
they?
know someone who did. He got peer pressured out of it.
Okay. Yes, he's been doing croc stuff. So
And butt stuff. Can you
Where's the Google now? I can't hear your fingers talking.
yeah, Google's taking me in a realm that I
Just
don't want to
do
see.
does Bob do butt stuff?
Does Robert Evans do butt stuff?
Well, I can probably confirm that's true. But yeah. Anyway,
Give all respect.
what I was going to say about cane toads, but I wanted to Google it and confirm it. Supposedly, they have like a 50-cent sized piece of like the skin on their back can actually be repurposed as leather, and it's actually quite strong compared to other leathers. But it's just too labor intensive to try and harvest it.
Well, you certainly ain't doing it. You can't even be bothered scooping them out the pond.
Yeah, fuck that. But supposedly you can turn the skin into a leather that's quite strong.
Stuff that. You got any crocs in your pond, mate? Just go shoot them and then get like $1,600.
But no, I got no Crocs here, man, because they're not down this far.
I
I
wanted to
think as
bring
far
an
as it beans,
alligator.
Rockhampton.
I wanted to bring an alligator head back from New Orleans, eh? Like when I did the
Should've.
swamp
That'd be
tour, like in the merch store, they just sold, like New Orleans in general actually just sells alligator heads of all sizes, ranging from the tiniest ones are like 10 US through to about 40 US.
Oh, so they're decent priced.
Decent price, but then I'm like, fuck, like the whole customs thing.
You can't even hang
just-
your own deer head up here
Take-
into home. Why are you going to bring a croc head?
Well,
Alligator.
Take a trip north and just go shoot a croc. Boil Sky.
as simple as that, eh?
I swear they should legalize croc hunting
Yeah.
again, just because they're becoming a problem.
Yeah, I'll be all in that.
That would be cool to be like, you're missing a few teeth and your fucking titty, got your 22 out, and you got to shoot the croc head before it eats your arm.
And naturally, you'd start talking in a deep southern
Yeah.
accent. You'd be like, "Shoot him, Jacob! Shoot him!
So-
Shoot him, Jacob!"
Somehow turn redneck in Australia.
You got it.
Yeah, 100%.
I like watching that show. I forget what it is, but
Swamp people.
You liked it a lot.
yeah, that's the one. I like that a lot.
I actually really want to shoot a croc. Not that they'd be hard to hunt.
Nah.
Really.
Well,
Realistically.
I would
But
love
still
to
would like
test the
take
theory about how strong their skin is compared to like a 2 to 3.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
That would be what I would like to test, and just to have one taxidermied, like
Yeah.
as
that'd be
your
sick.
copy taken,
Yeah, taxidermy croc
Would
would be
be-
pretty sick.
would be fucking killer.
Yeah.
And tasty meat too. Like I've had croc. It's pretty
Croc
tasty.
tastes amazing. Like it tastes pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You would have had it, Josh. Hey,
Yeah.
in,
Make some
in
nice-
Darwin. Mm.
Some nice croc leather boots and just do some boot goofing.
New boot go.
Have you had croc? Have you had croc before, Caleb?
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
I've had alligator too when I was in New Orleans.
Ooh.
Nice.
Delicious. Bit of alligator jerky.
I feel like jerky is a travesty for trying meat first.
No, all right. So I had jerky. I had just like meat sticks as well.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I can't remember what they're called. Sort of like salami, but thin. Sort of like Slim Jims, but alligator.
Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Slim Jims.
Yes.
Okay, Slim Jims. Never heard them called Slim Jims.
Come on,
Twiggy
Slim
sticks.
Jim. Fuck. Now I'm second guessing myself.
Twiggy sticks.
Slim Jim.
Yeah, it's like a twig stick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
I'm-
Yes, exactly.
Slim Jim. It's a Twiggy stick.
It's a fucking Slim Jim.
It's a Twiggy stick.
Yeah, all right, here it's a Twiggy stick.
I haven't heard Slim Jim.
It's a meat. Slim Jim is American meat snack.
You'd fucking love a Slim Jim, wouldn't you, Caleb?
Oh, all up and around and about
it'd be
my
just
mouth
fucking
hole.
Sweet snack.
Just
Yummy.
change Bob's name to Jim, mate, and go there.
Slim Jim, motherfucker. Look at this picture. See?
It's a Twiggy stick.
You're right, it's a Twiggy stick.
You're cooked.
It's a Twiggy stick.
And then you've got a picture of eggplants on the images. Why the eggplant?
I don't know. I'm not running Google, but why
There is no connection.
eggplant Slim Jim? Gotcha.
That's not Slim. That's Gaping Jim.
My Google images is cooked. Anyway, well, we should probably move. Oh,
Right.
you got a cough. Fuck it.
I got one in. I missed the button.
You did.
I've been doing so well this whole podcast.
You have actually. Well done.
Well, I got one.
So,
And this is pertinent because one of us is engaged. And we were talking about this earlier, actually.
Okay.
But bachelor
Jesus.
party.
mhm.
What would you want to do?
Is this a question to everyone, or is this just to Caleb?
No, this is his.
No,
This
second.
is his fucking shoot from the hip to us.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, Jesus. All right. Caleb, you probably thought about this. You go. Well, and you've done it before.
Looks like he's got no arms.
You go.
Oh, look at him. He's
Freeze.
fucking dodging him. Look at him. He's just like he's nervous. Who's the only one in the room who's never done a Bucks party? Shannon.
True. It's very true.
Do you know what, mate? Good on you for saving yourself for the right woman. Look, last time was, it was okay. It's just a night out in town, essentially.
There was way
because
too
I
many
wasn't there.
rules, bro.
There was way too many. Yeah, exactly. There was way too many rules enforced by the ex. Not enforced, but specified. They were broken.
Enforced.
But the one thing I will say was the meal was great.
It was.
The meal.
Like the Moreton Bay bugs
Oh,
that were had, we still talk about to this day.
Yeah.
But
The
last
best.
time around, I had what did I do? Golf? Was it? No. Go-karting. Go-karting in like 40-degree weather to the point where
yeah, that sucked.
my hands got blisters on them because the steering wheels were so hot. Then we went and had a meal
That
together.
wasn't from go karting, mate. That was from Slim Jim.
It was.
Was it your right hand only that had blisters?
Oh no, he was skiing that day.
Dominant.
Skiing with Slim.
Dominant hand. Yeah, great meal. Then just out in the town with everyone. Next time, yes, I'm engaged currently. I reckon I just want to go on a hunting trip.
No,
Yeah,
what
let's
do
do
you
it.
want to do? Because two people here will be organising it. So if we don't know,
Let's go to America.
Oh, look, if budget isn't an issue, fucking let's go
Oh,
hunt.
yeah,
Let's
New
go
Zealand-
hunt
New Zealand
elk in
would be a good spot.
Let's go hunt elk in Montana.
So,
They don't get
all
a
right.
hunt.
So
So
we're just going to say hunting just in general, and then we can just do what we organise.
yeah, just a cool hunting trip with some beers, maybe some extra beers than normal.
he didn't say what he wants to hunt. So he could,
No, I
he
reckon
could
that-
go hunt some punani.
Go straight. Let's take him a red square.
Bro, you got to stop doing this. My missus listens to every podcast we
Yeah.
record.
Oh, she knows you're not going to go
And
hunt some.
whilst she knows that there is nothing sus here, it raises questions whenever you say stupid shit for,
No, I say it because I'm not.
for
right,
the
just
sake
stupid
of
questions.
the listeners and a little bit of mirth. But then I get the phone call.
Mirth.
What did Josh mean by that?
That's fine.
Nothing, dear. He's just fucking talking shit.
Or dear, do I mean
I think-
something about it?
I'm pretty,
I'll leave that up to you.
I'm pretty sure everyone, including the listeners, has probably realised now that Josh can just be Josh sometimes,
Yeah.
and
He's just Josh.
I think Josh is just Josh. There was a whole segment made up on that. So,
We're all
just as
thinking it. You just
and that segment, Josh couldn't even Josh properly. So,
we're all
I wasn't
thinking
even
it.
part of the podcast at this time, and I was listening to it. I'm like, Josh, this is not how it's supposed to be run. But yeah, so we should bring that back. I like that. That was a good series, good segment.
I just want to go hang out with people I want to hang out with and enjoy some time away doing stuff
Is
I
that
love, which is
Just us three. Or?
most hunting. Oh, we might extend it. We might do some other activities.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now
so-
she's going to get the question from that. She's going to be like, "Oh, what do you mean by extended activities?"
Fuck's sake. Like things that are more accessible to people that don't own rifles. Or we just go somewhere where we can all hunt and camp. And if you can't hunt, you can learn to hunt as well. And just doesn't all have to be hunters.
See, that's where, like, ideally, I would be down the same sort of line. But it'd be good to go to America, go to Texas, do a bit of a gun trip, so people that aren't hunters can actually get their time behind a trigger and a bit of a yippee shoot, and then you do a bit of a hunt afterwards. So I'm not sure what the easiest thing would be to hunt.
Okay,
in America.
maybe I should have rephrased this and been like realistic goals.
Realistic
How is
goals
that
is
not a
going on a
realistic
hunt
goal?
and getting us some beers.
How much money
at
you
another
got
time.
to spend?
How much does the wedding cost, Josh? So you just elope and then spend it on the trip.
Look, this is a good point.
All right. So like,
Like,
dream
Fuck spending 50
dream
grand.
bucks party with no money as an object. Let's go just do a crazy Vegas trip followed by a hunt or the other way around.
Yeah.
So America is either way.
America is the go.
Just go be fucking retards for a bit and then go hunting, or maybe go hunting and then be retards.
Yeah, because going hunting when a hangover is going to
Yeah,
suck.
fuck that.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
dream
so-
hunt and just some crazy boy time. realistically, I would just be keen to go away and go on a fun hunting trip and have a few nights where we put the guns away and we get on the beers. Realistically, maybe that's a
Give you some
destination.
challenges.
Maybe
out there to do.
maybe that involves us going to Queensland and getting a red for Shannon.
Yeah. That,
If it still hasn't a year down the track.
yeah, well, I've got no excuse.
Exactly.
I've got nothing.
Well, what you should have is what you would do if and when you decide to make an honest woman of someone.
Look, to be honest, I'm probably down the same line. Don't need to do anything extravagant. I wouldn't mind going hunting with a group of mates. Doesn't have to be a huge group either. I think I'm at that point where I realise that the smaller the group, the better the outcome.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. So I'm down that line as well. To be honest, I'm going to do with Josh and just maintain the current direction of conversation.
Yeah, just do what I do. No worries. Actually makes sense because we're all mates. We all enjoy the same thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So that's probably where I'm going to lean to.
See, I'd like to pizzazz it up for obviously Caleb because he's next in line to take the dive. But do a night, say a night when you want to have a few more beers. Put some challenges in place and get creative with it.
I don't want to think. I just want to.
No, you won't have to think. You just have to go through the
What do you mean
motions.
challenges?
Challenges.
Yeah, some challenges.
You got to hunt down a deer naked or something in the bush.
Oh, just some sort of challenge. Or either that, drug you and drive you out of car.
Jesus.
Throw you out of the car and then just be like, I'll see you in the morning.
Challenge is finding your way back to camp.
You won't forget that Bugs party.
Tie him up to a tree.
I don't know. Let's workshop it.
No, well, realistically, you don't get a say, but we need some ideas.
I
of
do
where to
get a
go.
say.
Not really. We just need some ideas of where to go with it.
I'll actually think about it a little bit better. You put me on the spot. I'm just shooting from
Do
the
we
hip.
have a time frame, or is there no time frame yet?
Oh, look, we want to get married next year in spring. So like September, October.
Yeah, so you got a bit of time.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. So this possible Bucks party might be next rut.
Potentially.
Yeah. So that'll probably be the optimum time to do something like this.
Potentially.
Well, regardless, it could be next rut. And it could just be before the wedding by a considerable amount if you did postpone.
Okay,
so
so
I can recover
when's,
from my injuries.
when's an acceptable time
Exactly.
frame before? I feel like if it's months before, it doesn't really lead into the hype of the wedding. It's
No,
sort of
that's
forgotten.
true. I
So-
feel like it should be 2 weeks. I feel like 2 weeks is enough time to recover from bruises and injuries and stuff. People that do
Just
Bucks parties the
broken
night before a wedding are just mad
Oh,
idiots.
fuck that.
And a week before, yeah, okay, maybe.
No, it's too much to do in that week before.
I feel like 2 weeks before is
So,
optimum.
Yeah, I agree. Like 2 weeks before, and you're dragging that hype out a bit, but you're not impeding the logistics of your wedding.
I wouldn't.
Fair point.
In which case, I wouldn't mind like a high country in the snow hunt.
We can get
That'd be good.
We can get some challenges
could
and a bit
base
freaky in the
ourselves-
snow.
It's a bit of a Mount Kosciuszko trip.
Melbourne to Bairnsdale to the high country sort of deal. Or high country to Bairnsdale to Melbourne. To, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought about it enough. Put a pin in it. Come back to it. Circle back. Circle back.
All right, we'll make sure we got some Slim Jims for you.
Thanks, mate.
All right, I guess it's my turn.
The answer is 4 of them at a time.
It's one for each hole.
I got 2 questions. The first question is, if you have, I'm going to go Slim Jims. If you have 1,000 Slim Jims in a bowl, right, and one of them is poisonous, it's guaranteed to kill you, how many are you eating if every Slim Jim is worth $10,000?
Oh,
99.
how many in a bowl?
There's 1,000.
Oh, 999.
So you got 1 in 1,000 chance of fucking
You
yourself.
go exactly. Well, you got each time you eat one, your chances go up. So if you eat them all, you're obviously guaranteed. But how many are you eating to not risk dying, but yet come out with something respectable?
That's there's 1,000 and 10 grand each when you eat. Did you say?
Yeah, we'll go 10 grand. No. Yeah,
So that's 10 million bucks total.
yeah, I'm loaded. I'm willing to pay it.
How many you eating?
How many would you eat, providing you don't eat the first one and die?
Fuck, like one in 1,000 is pretty good odds.
It's pretty good.
You feel like you want to get at least. Oh, could you do 10 and just get 100 grand? But it's poisonous. You're dying.
No, like guaranteed death.
Guaranteed death.
If you eat this one, it's guaranteed dead. You don't even get like time to say goodbye. You just like 5 seconds later.
Give me
dead.
one. Yeah, I'll do one for sure.
Is that all you're gonna eat though?
Yeah, just one. Just one.
You're just gonna have the one and done.
Yeah, one and done. I'm not a fan of the old Russian roulette.
Is that worth the risk though? Like, are you worth? So your life is worth $10,000. Like, you're willing to risk your life for $10,000? That's it.
Well, depends on what stage of life I'm at. Like if I'm 85, yeah, I'll do it. But then I can't really enjoy the 10 grand.
If you're 85, you're only going to take 10 grand's worth of Slim Jims.
This is a hard one.
If you're 85, I'll be taking like 100 worth of Slim Jims.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Easy.
Then you're a 1 in 10 chance. That's not bad.
Well, you're like, this is the thing. Like, do you eat as many Slim Jims till you die because your family's going to get that money?
Oh, if you're that old, yeah, just eat them all.
You're like, well, this is probably the best time ever to
10
go.
million bucks passed to the kids.
Yeah. But you're not 85. You're currently.
But imagine that.
Mid-30s.
Imagine you go in
Late
with the
30s.
thought of, oh, whenever, whatever, I'm going to die and my family gets the money. But then you get to 999.
Yeah, and you're probably still stupid enough to eat the 100. Or no, they're not thousands.
Clearly,
That'll
you
be.
wouldn't. But
And then the game is there's actually no poisonous ones in there. I just wanted to see how many you eat. Just to be narcissistic like that.
Like right now, bowl in front of me right now, I'd eat one for sure.
You're only going to eat one though. That surprised me.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I'm young.
thinking around 10 just because of the chances. Like, I got more of a chance of dying in a car crash than I do from 10. But that's mine. So
yeah.
physically, I could probably eat 10 before I get over.
before they're not so slim anymore.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, I'm over it now.
No, but like this is like.
Well,
if
this
you
is
could
a
eat
fair
physically-
point as well. Logistically, could you eat 1,000 Slim Jims in a sitting? Probably not.
The original question was grapes, but I just thought I'd go with the theme. Let's just say you can eat 1,000 in a row.
Even 1,000 grapes, man. Fuck.
All right, Caleb,
I'm getting caught up in semantics, I know, but
you are, and you've given your answer of one.
well, correct. Slim Jim size. I want to know.
One out of 1,000.
Yep.
Wow.
I've got children. And a missus. I love you, dear. Pack of one. 33.6 grams is a Slim Jim original meat snack. So, fuck that. 33.6 thousand grams. You ain't eating 33.5 kilos of fucking Slim Jims.
It's you'd be a little heavy on the feet afterwards if you did.
That's a lot.
You would die even if you didn't get the poisonous one.
One.
But
Yes,
Josh,
one.
give us
That's
an
my
answer.
answer.
Here,
Don't
'cause
fucking.
At least he's gave an answer.
Yeah, correct.
I gave an answer in the 5 seconds.
You're going to eat 10, did you say?
No, 999.
Dude,
No.
you
No, I'd probably go. Look, if I had a good drinking session to eat them, I'd probably
no, like just
chip away.
there's no
and-
problem eating it.
All right, I'd probably give like. I'd probably try my hand 20 times before I'd start wussing out.
Okay, well that's probably a good answer. 20s, I feel like 20s is quite achievable.
Yeah.
I'm not a mathematician, so I can't work out the odds, but it's quite in your favour.
Have
That's a good
you?
price.
Are you up to season 3 of Reacher yet?
No,
Oh, for fuck's sake! There's a really good
I
thing to
have-
talk about here with the Russian roulette scene, which I cannot. Spoilers.
sorry,
damn
bro.
it.
I'll let you know.
Well,
I got into I started watching Alone again because the Australian season come out.
oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah, I got to get into it.
Yeah, so there's only 2 episodes right now.
Okay.
But I realized watching that series that obviously everyone knows this, but you don't really notice until you've gone from watching American shows to, like, especially the Stoller show, to the Australian version, is we swear a lot.
We do.
Like, that was the first thing I was watching that. I'm like, fucking hell, do we swear heaps? Like, I just swore then, but it's quite, I don't know, it's weird.
No, we do. I noticed it when I was in the States too, just talking to average people. Like, we actually just chuck effing this and effing that in everything.
How did they take it when you were talking like that?
Most part, okay. I didn't just do it all the time. Like, I was polite. If it was in a restaurant, I'm like, oh, you fucking, can I grab one of those fucking things?
Maybe you went to Karen's restaurant.
Karen's restaurant.
There's a Karen's restaurant that's all about just the staff is like Karen.
Oh,
Yeah. So they'll be swearing at you.
definitely didn't go there.
I
Yeah,
saw
we do, man.
I saw
That's
a
a fair
little reel of someone took their grandmother there and she didn't realize what was going on. She was horrified. But yeah, side point.
Well, is that your second question or what?
So no, my second question is, out of 2025, what is something that you guys wanted to achieve? That could be either hunting or personal. Probably don't want to get into the personal stuff, but hunting is probably a good one.
I want to achieve longer lasting erection. I don't know.
Because you only got a Slim Jim at the moment.
I want to achieve. Crikey.
Well, it doesn't have to be one. If you got a collection of things, then go all in. But like my one's obviously, getting my hands on a red. At this point, I don't care what red it is. It's got to be not a spiky, but
I'm pretty keen for Samba.
not
to
a
be
doe.
honest.
Yeah, good.
Trophy Samba's my next. Or Rusa, or Chittle.
Yeah, they're all 3 of them. Josh, you got a something?
No, not really, man.
Well, it's a question, so you got to give me something now. Is there one breed that you want to go for the most?
Oh, look, yeah. Like a Chittle or Roosa. Yeah, definitely. That'd be nice. I don't think it's going to happen this year, though.
We need to find out where Cody went up north of Queensland and picked up a Chittle, didn't he? Recently? We'll have to, Cody, you're listening to this, hit us up.
Reach
Get
out.
out there.
You know he will.
I wouldn't mind a Chittle as well. So that's just like almost a 3 bucket list item for 2025, Cody.
Speaking of, well done to Cody for
Yeah.
helping old Zachy boy, old Aussie Sparrow out.
That's a
That
monster.
was a
man.
ripper of a red. That was a ripper.
Good red.
He did have to pay a price for it, though. So,
Well, the key situation, is that what you're saying?
yeah. Yeah,
Well, at
losing
least
his car
he
keys.
didn't pay. Yeah, but
Did he pay the
Hayden
price?
paid the price for that.
No, he did
Hayden
actually.
paid that.
A lifetime of eternal debt.
Yeah,
Eternal
Yeah, true.
debt.
that's a long way. Like, I'm guessing you guys have to jump on the Hayden's potty, but that's a long way to drive to drop off someone's keys.
Bro.
Look, I'd do it for a mate.
Josh, exactly. You posed
is that
this.
2,000 Ks? Is that about 2,000 Ks?
It's like a 14-hour drive, bro. Like, Josh posed this question to us in the chat, and I was like, mate, I'm posting them to you.
No, I'd do it for a brother.
Yeah, but I guess Hayden got a hunt at it at the same time, so he's probably smart by driving.
But not that he was going there to hunt. He's just trying to help a mate out. And look, Hayden's
Yeah, but you're not in the back of your head going, I can get a hunt out of this.
Hey,
Like,
Chucky, genuinely.
28 hours of driving.
Yeah,
28
you wouldn't
hours
do
of
that
fuel.
for a mate.
Like,
So
I would
if
do it
I-
for you two.
There you go.
So if I left my keys somewhere and my spares were down in Adelaide, you would drive them up.
Look,
You wouldn't.
you and Keys.
I would.
You and Keys don't even start.
I have them on me. I don't lose them. I have them on
You have them on you when you shouldn't.
when I didn't know. I lost them on me. That's how I lost them. It's magazines that I have an issue with.
And bolts.
Shit. Oh yeah, well,
Bolts.
yeah. No, I didn't. I had the wrong bolt, but I had the proper bolt with me. Luckily, I bought the whole box,
That's true.
so I didn't lose it. I just in the dark grabbed the wrong one.
If in doubt, bring everything.
Yeah, it's a nice red, actually.
No, well done, Zach. That probably trumps the previous red you had. Well, it does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it was good on him. Where was mine? But
There's been a few nice reds taken so far this season, actually, from the boys.
yeah,
good efforts.
it's about my turn.
Haven't seen many fallow taken.
No. Although I was talking to someone yesterday, they went out in the high country, got a couple.
Yeah, but
Cracking.
trophy.
Hey?
Trophy.
Nah, not trophy.
I think I've seen Brett come across a few decent fallow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if he's taken it yet or not, but he's seen it on the cameras, and they're pretty monster. They're probably not Caleb's fallow, but they're up there.
Yeah.
One in the lounge room.
See, this is what annoyed me. Not annoys me, but like we got the culling going on, and then look, and I understand if it's your first hunt and you need meat, or the meat's the real trophy. I understand that, but I mean, like going to a state forest and shooting everything, or going somewhere and shooting everything. You just like, come on, because at some point, if you keep doing that, there will be none left. So having a little bit of longevity in your thought, as a whole, as a collective in the hunting world, that'd be nice. And then we could breed those good bucks or stags like they've got in New South Wales on land that's accessible for everybody.
Yeah, but I think you're thinking of deer in the way that we want the government to think of deer, but they're not. They don't think of it that way.
They don't. But then, like, it's just like hindsight. I should have shot that spiker the other day for meat because I needed meat, but I decided to leave it. Driving home,
That's right, I'll shoot it in a couple of weeks.
I thought about having this conversation with both of you because you're like, python, blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah, you got a trophy buck coming your way. You pass one up.
You pass
bro.
one up.
Pass one up. You still got to go through some sort of adversity though.
You double it and pass it along, or take it.
I can shoot my pants on command. that's adversity.
Is your question going to be the fact that you would ask us if we pass that spiky up as well? Is that your question?
Yeah, essentially. It's a bit like for you. You're having to drive, or keep that meat with you. Say if you shoot it the first day, and then drive back to Brisbane. So it's like, okay, would you pass it up?
It's a hard one because like I could probably do with the meat. So do you take a meat buck then straight up because you've spent the time traveling down, and then do you go for a trophy next? But then my concern would be how much meat can you bring with you? So in that case, I'd almost be inclined to be like, well, family's only not a hop skip away, but I could probably drop off a lot of my meat that I don't want and still take that buck.
True.
Yeah.
I could probably find a way to share it about and still have both best of both worlds. So that'd be the way I'd tackle it.
See,
Because, yeah.
the whole thing, driving home thinking about it as well, I'm like, look, I know that spike will be in that same area for the next little while, right?
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll be back in a few weeks. And if I'm desperate, I'll go there. But the truth of the matter is, it's probably going to get pressured and he's probably going to get killed. So he probably won't
But,
be.
like, I don't think so. Like, because if that was the case, that Sparky wouldn't be there when you were there because it would have been pressured earlier. So it's not like it's just started existing when you've seen it. It's just you know it's there. That's
Yeah,
the
okay, I
difference.
get that. Yeah, valid point.
So I feel like that attitude creates what we're seeing is what you were saying before, the chopper culls and all that. So people are kind of panic buying deer at the moment. So they'll shoot what they see because the chopper's going to get it anyway. And that's not a good mentality for anyone to be in because it doesn't have the longevity of the animal around. And that's that's definitely what the choppers are trying to do, is to eradicate. But that's not what we need to do as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, look, I get that. And I guess, if we could get the species changed to a game status, that'd be wonderful, and manage it and all the rest of it. But yeah, the government doesn't seem that way. And I also don't get me wrong, I also get the fact that dudes are like, well, the chips are down, so let's go get what we can whilst we can.
Yeah.
I get that as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that is like a peril.
It's not, if you can't beat them, join
Way
them
of
kind of
thinking.
thing. That's the attitude. And I
Yeah,
don't think
but they're
that's
not
probably the best
forever.
outcome long term.
The southeast, man, has been decimated by this chopper. I mean, like to the point where dudes are going hunting for days.
It's funny though, because
and not seeing
I've
a thing.
seen this. So the southeast is getting smashed by choppers, and you're not seeing the deer. But yet, I'm starting because I'm still following some 9 News and stuff Adelaide, and there's been more and more reports of fallow deer in the hills.
Correct.
And to a point where they're like, 3 years ago, this wasn't a thing.
Yep.
Are they pushing more deer into civilian areas?
I think they're
causing a bigger problem.
So, yes, they'll push them to a certain extent, but not out of
Yeah.
reach of the choppers or ground culls, really.
Yeah.
But I think now that it's a highlighted, targeted issue from the government, the media is putting light on it, so then they have justification to go elsewhere. Because those deer have always been in the hills, man.
They have been.
And in those numbers. That they really don't grow or breed that much in the hills because there's so many chopped up small properties, and say 5 out of the 10 homes don't shoot scattered across an area, but 5 do. And when a deer runs along, they'll shoot it. So they just get bounced back and forth. And I guess their refuge is with like the water res and all that, which gets culled.
Do you remember hearing like the guy in the video said that there's actually a deer population that are breeding and maintaining their zone along the highway, which we all know they do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just funny to see that, it is probably because of the fact that the government wants to highlight and create more zones for them to attack.
Yeah.
Because that's probably that would be the hardest thing for them to do, is try and eradicate deer through the populated area because you're in that area.
Correct.
Yeah, 100%. But then, from where it's actually huntable for most people, they'll move closer to suburbia, and it'll become an issue with car crashes and things closer to home, with involving deer. But where it doesn't matter so much, there'll be none. I did see an article actually the other day on the news saying that deer was a prized meat and in high demand.
Untapped source of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
it's funny.
seeing a lot more of those type of articles actually.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's probably the pushback from all the guys trying to fight these culls and things. I think it's like just utterly ridiculous. But I mean, I think this has squished my goals for deer hunting this year a little bit. Like I've felt a little bit like,
Almost.
do I put a goal on it, or do I just go hunting, enjoying it,
Enjoy the experience.
enjoy the experience, and if something comes along,
Bonus.
well, cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, because it has gotten a little bit to that.
Under promise and over deliver to yourself.
And I was chuffed just seeing a spiky actually on public land the other day and hearing a buck like croak. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, it's cool, hey.
yeah.
Nice. Well, I hope we have a good time when we do get out there.
I reckon like we could go check that if it hasn't been pressured. Like we'd soon know if they're still around.
Yeah.
Like within
Yeah,
24 hours.
It's definitely a time we get back out there, though.
Yeah, and then move if they're not.
For sure. Rightio. Well,
Yeah.
enough about that. Well done,
Something
Shannon,
like
for
that.
getting through, powering through with the sickness.
Oh, I think I've coughed like 50 times this episode, so one slipped through. I'm done.
No, that's a pretty good ratio. Like, it's allowable.
I think 2 slipped through, but
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess. Anyway, let's leave it there. Thanks for listening to another episode of Cinemate Podcast. It's always a pleasure. Do you want to
let
think?
us know what your goals are.
Yeah. Tell us your thoughts and dreams.
Yeah, it's a 2025 goal for hunting.
And if you want to see Caleb eat one Slim Jim, let us know. And we will make it happen.
If you want to see me shelve one, pay me money.
Oh, I'll give you $5 to see that.
You'll give me $5 to shelve a Slim Jim.
You want to watch him? You want to watch him stick a Slim Jim up his ass?
Oh, 100%. I'm videoing that. And that's going
I'll give you
straight
50 to eat it afterwards.
65.
Anyway, guys.
Oh, 65. Fucking hell.
If it comes out in one stick, I'll be impressed. Your ass is that tight. You'll only
That's
get
an
one
outro
poison Twiggy
outlasts
stick.
us every
How do
time.
you know it's that time?
Because you're Jewish.
Let's get out.
Yeah, you guys.
Gotcha.
I'm out.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.